fundamental basis for the creation of value in these agricultural materials that are exportable is food processing and preservation. Simply, preservation is the technology of preventing microorganisms from growing on those agricultural crops. The moment you are able to do that, you are preserving those products. There are simple ways, there are complicated ways, and there are high technology ways to do it. The simple is just drying. If you grow, everybody knows the idea of drying corn, rice, maize, all of it. The reason we dry it is such that microorganisms that will spoil them cannot grow on them. There are things you could do. You could freeze it. If you freeze it, the microorganisms are not going to be able to grow in the product. Then you could begin to talk about where you want to ship it to or who you want to sell it to. You could add chemicals to it that will create an environment where microorganisms cannot grow in it. So basically, what you are doing is processing with technology and preserving the shelf life of the product. Having said that, and I'm going to limit all of my technical discussion to that, I'll go straight into solutions and practical solutions that we have attempted to do here in Nigeria. I want to talk about a company that we set up not long ago called Terragro. Basically, it was the first juice concentrate manufacturing company in Nigeria, commercially, processing orange juice concentrates, mango puree, and pineapple concentrates. This was done in Nigeria, in Makurdi. And for us, the high point of that whole work is getting to the point where we started selling to the Coca-Cola company using oranges grown in Makurdi in the local governments, in the Benue State local government, to make juice concentrates here in Nigeria that is sold, distributed by the Coca-Cola company here in Nigeria. Now, there have been discussions about exporting and abilities to export, and we talk about quality, very critical. But quality is not enough. You also have to be certified. Because those certifications are what is going to tell the world that yes, you have these qualities even before they see your product. For the juice concentrates we made, we got what is called Quality Management Systems ISO 9001. We got the FSSC 22000, the Food Safety Management Systems. We also got what is called the GFSI, that is the Global Food Safety Initiatives. Those things are what these importers, these companies that you may want to work with understand. And that is the basis on which they are going to do business with you. They have set it out as a barrier that you must scale over before you are going to be able to sell to them. It's not personal, it's nothing that they want to do to discriminate or anything. It's just what it needs to draw a line to say, these are the things you must do to sell to the people. And all they are trying to ascertain is safety, and that they are not going to kill people with whatever product they are making by selling it anywhere in the world. And fundamentally, all of what we're talking about is the processing of agro inputs. And the one thing that always pains me when we talk about these inputs is this. The most difficult, the most important, the most relevant part of the whole value chain is what we engage in here in Nigeria or in Africa. That is the primary production of those raw materials, namely everything we've spoken about here today. Rice, maize, corn, tomatoes, pepper, cocoa, everything. That is the most difficult part of this entire thing, because if you grow something, you're going to wait for it to grow. You're going to wait for it to mature. It's going to fruit. And then you have to put it together and begin to do whatever. But what do? We pack all those things after we have done all the difficult work. We pack them into bags. We begin to ship it everywhere around the world. It's very painful to me. We need to begin to think about how we are going to start to do those things and make those things, because that is where the money is. That is where the value is being added, and that is where we are going to diversify the economy. That is where we are going to really have a substantial impact on the Nigerian economy and on the lifestyle and quality of life of our people. For example, there is a lot of talk about climate change. I just want to make this point. because it affects us significantly. All of these agro inputs that we grow gets to a point where it's been affected by all this climate change. I'll give orange as an example. I've done a lot of work in that area. I've also talked about Easysauces. But if it does not stop raining, oranges will not ripen. Now, the effect of this climate change is that the rain continues to rain. And the oranges stay on the tree and don't ripen. Now, when the rain now stops, they now ripen a lot more within a shorter time. And this is an environment, where post-harvest losses is already a problem. So the impact of that climate change is that it has shortened our growing period or our harvesting period for our oranges and elevated the amount of post-harvest losses that occurs in our environment. So for us, it's a double whammy if you are not processing this product. So the losses you are encountering happens in a much shorter time. The impact of that loss increases significantly. And that is why it's very important for us to get on this diversification of the economy thing and begin to process and preserve this material. Now, coming to what we now try to do with Easysauces. This is a new company, we just set it up, we built the factory, we started in August of last year, we built the factory, we put the equipment there by March of this year, we started production. You have to do a lot of some work in terms of getting your equipment to work and things like that. Commission the factory. So the factory started running about end of March. What do we have here? Basically every Nigerian family eats sauce in the morning, one way or the other. At lunch, you are going to eat the sauce. Wait, let me just, because I want to say one thing with this. Now, at lunch, you are going to have some kind of sauce, rice, whatever. From the part of the country that I come from is pounded yam. But a sauce must go with the product. And all of it is made of tomato, onion, red pepper, and all of these things. So we decided the first product that I think is going to benefit our people the most and will have a possibly more viable opportunity to succeed in the market is a sauce such as this. Okay. So now what this is we call it obe sauce. It's basically processed tomato, pepper, onion, red pepper, everything. We have cooked it, we have blended it, we have put it in a formulation that we think is appropriate for most families, and then we have packaged this in this aseptic package. We think the packaging looks good, it's appealing, and the best part of it for us is that you don't need to freeze this product, you don't need to refrigerate it, and we have added 0 preservatives to it. So as it is sitting here, it can sit on that table for 12 months and it has a shelf life. So nothing is going to happen to it. So what that does is that it grabs all of the tomatoes, onions and everything, preserves it and holds it for a year. So the market we're going into basically is the retail market we are already in SPAR. We are in the number of the stores, the supermarkets in the neighborhood. We are also working with institutional customers. I'm not going to name names because most people don't want you to know that somebody else is putting those things together. But we're in institutional markets. Now, we are also working on export. I enjoyed very much what Mr. Faliki was talking about in terms of exportation. That's something we started working on. So that's what we're doing. But at the end of the day, when we talk about diversification of the economy, we're going to find a lot of activity locally. It is very important that we understand that we must patronize all of these business ideas that we have. And that is what is going to satisfy the BOIs and this load there, because all of these people that are coming into the marketplace to do all of this work must be supported. And that is how it's done all over the world. Let nobody tell you that you should not support one business or the other. Every country supports their individual SMEs. That's why and how they become multinationals and they come and we start talking about FDI to Nigeria. I'm going to stop there.